This week 4 Big 12 preview and pick show edition of the Big 12 Experience on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and use the promo code SGP. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on football, only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code SGP. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Snag those tickets without the stress. Use the promo code CFBX on your first purchase to save $20. Download the Game Time app and use the promo code CFBX. And, of course, brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play the Underdog, pick them in college or NFL. Win up to 20 times in one game. Plus, every Sunday they're giving away $100,000. Use the promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy for a 100% deposit up to $100. And last but not least, we're brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, a sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame app or visit hofbets.com. Use promo code SGP to get 50% off your first month. Start making smarter bets today. Welcome, everybody, back to the Big 12 College Experience, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Week 4 is here, man. League play is here. Shout out to the chat. Trevor is in the chat. What's up, gents? What is going on, my friend? Cheers to you. We got football all weekend long in the Big 12. Coming fresh off a 33-1 parlay. Moneyline Round Robin, may I add. And, of course, you know, those freaking jackasses up north from Pittsburgh when they come into Morgantown. They're still led in Morgantown, and we're getting ready for the Red Raiders. But we'll dive into that. If you're wondering who you're listening to, I am Moneyline Mac, a.k.a. the former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin. And welcome back to the Big 12 College Experience. He's the man that's traveling. He's ready to make some picks. He was born in Provo, Utah. He's got family in Ames, Iowa. Man, they're struggling right now. But he lives in Morgantown, West Virginia, and he was at the Backyard Brawl last Saturday. Rambling Rush, what's up, man? You ready to dive into this slate?
Oh, I'm excited, man. And I'm reporting live from San Diego, actually going to the San Diego State Boise game tomorrow. So that should be a good one. But I'll tell you what, I think after the travel out west, after the craziness that the Backyard Brawl was, I think I'm finally recovered today, just in time for Thursday night football to get drunk at the sports bar again. So the cycle just continues, man.
To do it all over again. And I'll tell you,
here we go.
A guy that's always ready to do it all over again. It's like Groundhog Day. He's back
already at the sports bar.
He's already at the sports bar. He is at the Walters Sports Bar in Washington, D.C. Get over there if you're ever in the area. Great people. He is the Big 12 guru because you got family civil war everywhere. In the state of Oklahoma, Texas, he's got his seed spread everywhere. UCF in Orlando, at the Bounce House, Cincinnati. Troy Chewning, what is up, man? Hey, how do you feel about that 33-1 last week?
The best part about the 33-1 last week was how we were looking for the third leg, and you could see us all live, like looking at our notes, trying to figure something out. And all three of us at the exact same time well, why not just throw West Virginia in there? Fuck it.
Sometimes it's as easy as that.
33-1. I like those odds. I'll throw $20 on 33-1. I know Ryan and I mean, I'm sure Rush put a little bit of money on that. I mean,
of course.
We're up for the year probably for 2 or 3 weeks now just because of that. So, you know.
Oh, easily.
It makes these coming first couple league weeks really, really easy to think like, oh, I've got a slight lean. Like, I probably got $10 or $20 for that slight lean now. I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh, yeah, and a good transition, Troy, because on the year, a guy that's Troy's 15-15. I'm 16-14. Rush was hot last week. He's 18-12. But the guy that's actually in fucking first is the Coin, who went 9-1 last week. And if you just listen to us on the Backyard Brawl, I mean, he's probably saying that about the other 9 games. Kennedy went 9-1. He's 19-11 on the year. So if you're tailing the coins picks, he's having a hell of a year. Russ,
I got to bring up, So as I said, I'm in San Diego. Kennedy could not make the trip. So we got Washington with us, the number 1, the OG with us today. Kennedy sends his best. After going 9-1, his loins were he's really sore. You know, he's getting a little older in age.
Bye week.
Kennedy needs his bye week too. He got a lot of road head, a lot of tail from home last week. So he's taking this one out, and he'll just hang out with Jackie this weekend. So, but he sends his best. 9-1 was a lot for the old man. But don't worry, we got number 1 with us today.
We are. We're gonna have to keep this week separate from Kennedy's record, though. Like if George, I mean, he is the first president. He's liable to go 1-9 and be like, yeah, I just wanted 1. That's all I'm worried about. We can't hold that against Kennedy. So not only does he get a bye week, he gets to look at the first week of conference play before he starts making picks again next week. I'm calling bullshit on that. Kennedy,
he's earned
fuck
it, man.
out of here.
I will also say, the game that he missed, I would have not minded going 1-9 last week as long as I had won that game, because that was the lock of the year for this show. On the year, I'm 2-1 on my locks. Troy and Rush 1-2 on their locks. But how about the dogs? We've each hit a big dog. I hit Wyoming. We're doing a little bit of a recap of the non-con. Wyoming plus 500 week 1 at Texas Tech. Troy giving out the big heavy hitter. BYU at Arkansas. And Rush has hit his dog 2 out of the 3 weeks with Ohio and Houston. And then if you really want to go units, I mean, count that 33-1 and you calculate whatever unit size you want to calculate.
If you're listening to us,
we're
you're
rolling.
Making money.
Oh,
you're making money.
Yeah. If you're listening to Coin, you're making a lot of money. Yeah, if you could just use Kennedy's picks and our Moneyline Round Robin, you're absolutely rolling and you're ready to go on a yacht and take down Dan Snyder wherever the hell he's at and take down his yacht. What were you going to say, Troy?
I was going to say I have a separate DraftKings profile that I just make the Big 12 picks on. And with units of $20, we're up like 13.5 units, even with a 15-15 against the spread and a couple of missed teasers, but one hit teaser. You're still up like at least 12 units, even if you only do half unit bets on that or whatever your units are, you're crushing it. So just got to keep hitting those parlays, really.
Yes, no doubt. I mean, we got a couple juicy ones this weekend.
I want to say this too. Only if there was a team as good as us in the Big 12, then maybe we'll have this league figured out. But
no,
hey, that's fair. The Big 12. Before we get to these games, guys, I don't mean to jump in your chair, Ryan.
Go ahead.
What do you guys think of the Big 12? This league had no idea what's going on.
Yeah, we suck. Like, let's be honest. The Big 12 is not the greatest overall. There's going to be a few teams that throw their name in the hat still for the rest of the year. But, man, the mid-range teams, all of those games are just going to be like who executes in the last 3 minutes of the game is going to win. And it's pretty much like NFL football here in the Big 12.
That's a great comparison. And like you said, nobody knows what the hell's going on. This league is drunk. I know Texas and Oklahoma are the heavy favorites, but man, we'll see. When they got the target on their back and the way this league's going, most talented, but hey, man, that's why they play the games. And you know what? If you're looking to get down on some action with these damn games, get over, like Troy said, up over close to 14 units just in 3 weeks. Over at DraftKings. DraftKings is great because you got another week of football to bet all your money. DraftKings Sportsbook is keeping us in on the NFL action with great offers every single game day. New customers can bet just $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Throw $5 down on any week in any of these epic matchups and get an instant winner. DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can score and take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this summer. Looking ahead, man, I'm in college. I like Georgia State at Coastal tonight. They have a way of the road team always wins in that game, so I'll continue that trend. So get over there. You got kickoff here in an hour and a half. I know there's an NFL game. If you want to take the Giants, I lean the Giants, but I mean, who knows what the hell's going to happen in the NFL. This is college football, baby. Football is more fun when you're in on the action. So download the app now. Use the promo code SGP. New customers can bet just $5 and $200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the National Football League with code SGP. The crown is yours. And, of course, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. States responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expires 7 days after insurance. And also brought to you by Game Time. How about Game Time? Buy your tickets to your favorite event. Shouldn't be stressful. Game Time is the fastest way to do so. Sports, music, comedy, theater near you. Killer deals last minute. Best price guaranteed. I mean, nobody wants to plan in advance. Rush already talked about it. He's going to freaking San Diego State and Boise tomorrow. He got in over there at Game Time to get those tickets. Rush, what other Game Time games? We're going to Vegas and Hawaii, right?
Oh, of course. So we got 4 games coming up. This is Rush's pre-bachelor party in San Diego, hanging out with the brother. I'll meet you guys in Vegas next week. We're going to do half the Padres game tomorrow, Game Time. Going to do the San Diego State, Boise State, Game Time. Game Time Dodgers game on Saturday. And then in Vegas, we got some UNLV Hawaii to watch. So what are we going to use? Game Time. So best app out there for tickets. Love them a lot.
Yeah, because you can snack the snacks. You can snack on them too, I guess, without stress, man. Nobody needs stress in their life. Freaking, you want stress? Turn on the news. There's enough stress going on out there. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code CFBX, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, promo code CFBX, $20 off. Download the Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Russ, you really should do a San Diego parlay on all the San Diego home teams that you're doing. Fucking Padres haven't lost a damn game since 4th of July.
Which translates to a whale's vagina.
San Diego, go fuck yourself, a.k.a. the great Ron Burgundy. All right, enough San Diego talk. Before we get into this, Rush, you were not with us when we talked to your feller Mormons from BYU, Kansas. Do you have a specific game you're looking forward to the most this week in this? This is a good slate. And I think every slate this week, like when we select the game of the week, I think we're going to have 3 to 4 options each week where we go, you really could make a case there. I guess maybe when Texas, Oklahoma play, it's different, but every week's a toss-up.
I'm going to start introducing a new segment. It's not the game you're looking forward to, Rush. It's Rush's weird game of the week. It started last week. What did I say about
Kansas,
Nevada? You all laughed at me. And I'm like, weird things happen in Reno. That game just doesn't feel right. I'm sorry. I know it's the worst team versus one of the best teams. Nevada almost won that game. Anyway, Rush's weird game of the week this week is Sam Houston versus Houston. Yes, the Bearcats that spell it with a K. They played BYU, lost 14-0, and then I think what did they lose? Like 10-3, 13-3 against Air Force. They had a bye week. And now one team with the name Houston in it plays the other team with the name Houston.
Beautiful.
This game has weird written all over it. So that's the week 2 Rush's weird game of the week right there.
Troy, you got a game you're looking forward to the most?
Yeah, it's not a weird game. It's just a game that we're going to put the Colby Dant fucking hates that this rivalry is going away because he lives for the regional rivalries. They're not going to play the Battle of the Iron Skillet anymore because TCU is too fucking scared of SMU. Take that into account when you're betting on this game. They tried to keep them out of the Big 12. The Big 12 could have used SMU. That would have been a great team to add. The NIL money is they're going to be a powerhouse in the ACC in less than 4 years. SMU is going to be either the best or the second best team in the ACC almost right away. And because of that, this rivalry should happen all the time. I'm not even on the Colby, when they play it matters. I could care less. They could play it week 1, but they need to play this game. And because of that, it's going to be weird.
I agree. And Troy, you're doing a great job hosting tonight because you transitioned right into the Iron Skillet game. SMU is going across the street to play TCU. Potentially the final game for who knows what. I heard the TCE guys talking about this. This is an envelope game. SMU has fuck you money. Hey, you know what? If you beat the old Horned Frogs, here's a nice envelope. Go have yourself a nice Sunday. Go put here's a little parlay money, as we'll say, more than 33-1. I mean, I don't see how you don't take the points here. Even last year, Sonny Dykes, remember we talked about whoever Sonny Dykes is on, they win the game. But last year, SMU was right there to the wire. That was TCU's best team of all time. And this is a weird spot for TCU too. It's in between, the sandwich spot in between Big 12 games, coming off the big Houston win, finally got their mojo going. I think SMU is right there to win this game outright, plus 230 on the money line. Obviously, I'm taking the points. Troy?
All right, well, this is one that is wrong team favored for sure. You got to take the points. Preston Stone rules. The SMU quarterback can sling the football. And we saw what Colorado did against TCU's. If you want to call it a defense, you can call it that. But it's just 11 guys out there kind of standing around. I know TCU only won this game by 8 points last year, and they ended up being the second best team in college football, or at least playing for the national title. SMU's got 11 sacks in 3 games. You saw how the pocket broke down against Colorado, and when that happens, Chandler Morris makes mistakes. If he throws more than 1 interception in this game, this is not only wrong team favored, this is the wrong spread in the wrong way. This should be 6.5 to SMU. I will take the points, and I will lock the money line on SMU against TCU.
Let's go.
Even after last week trying to convince you guys that TCU is a little bit better than we think, SMU is way better than we think. And this is also going to play into the Oklahoma's way better than you guys think too. But SMU is a hell of a football team this year.
They are. Pony up, baby. So a little something interesting is, right, I know you introduced, I was born in Provo, Utah, family in Ames, Iowa, live in Morgantown. There's another thing there. And the reason I wanted SMU to go to the Big 12, my grandfather actually went to SMU, my dad's dad. SMU looks great this year. The big oil money, yeah, damn right. They invented putting money and paying players and putting money in lockers. Hey, they did it, and they did it well till they got caught. Oh well, but hey, this is their way to get revenge. I'm with you, Troy. And this isn't even a sprinkle on the money line. I'm not even putting money on the points. You just put money, SMU money line. Easy as that. So I'm going SMU. We'll see. Let's see what the former first president has to say about it. Uh-oh. He is going TCU. We'll see how Washington ends up there.
Washington's taking laying the points.
He's chopping that cherry tree, making a statement.
All right, let's move.
I was going to say, I will mention on that game, the over-under only being at, 63.5? This seems like 2 teams that are way better on one side of the ball, and that side is offense. I would think about more on the over than I would on any other bet on this game, just personally.
And Troy, to put in perspective, it's gone over the last 3 years. The scores, back-to-back years, actually 42-34. The other one, 41-38. SMU's won 2 out of 3. I know Sonny Dykes was coaching them boys, but it's a get-right spot for SMU. Fuck you game, envelope game. And that gets me to the next game because we're going to Big Noon Kickoff in the Natty at Nippert here, baby. The Oklahoma Sooners are coming in to the Natty for their final Big 12 opener. Cincinnati coming off an embarrassing Miami of Ohio loss. Doubled them up in yardage, kind of a fluke loss. I don't know how they lost that game when I watched it back. But you know where I'm going for this, man. I've been talking about this all summer. I'm definitely taking the points. And, of course, I'm going to sprinkle some on that. What is it now? Plus 450 money line. Cincinnati can run the football. They're good in the trenches. I think they can match the physicality of Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma's seen a team in the I know they have not seen a team in the trenches. SMU's more of a finesse skill team. Tulsa and Arkansas State are 2 of the fucking 5 worst teams. So I throw those out. They struggle with SMU for a little bit, and I think Cincinnati's better in the trenches. Kiner, Jones, Montgomery, that rushing attack. They're able to control the clock. We saw it just last year with Oklahoma, man. They ran through that non-con. They beat Nebraska by about 100. Everybody fell in love with them, and then K-State came right in and ran the ball. Cincinnati's going to run the ball. This game's coming right down to the wire. Take the points and sprinkle some on that plus 450 money line. Troy, let's talk about how your Sooners are for real.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about how real Oklahoma is. Cincinnati would lose at home to SMU, so there's no way that they're winning this game. But
they beat it the last 5 years.
The points are the interesting way to go, not only because of the hook, but Emory Jones gets to play at home. This isn't a road spot for Emory. We've seen him so far this year look all right at home. And because of that, fuck you, Emory Jones. I'm still laying the points. Last week was a regression back to the mean, and the mean for Emory Jones is very fucking low. Hit a lot of Dylan Gabriel props so far this year. Don't think that really changes in Nippert, to be honest. They do have a great front four. The Corleone guy he's a top 15 draft pick. Oh, yeah. Man. And that will probably cause a little bit of issues. I just don't know if Emory Jones can get it done. I really don't think he can. I am a little bit scared of the points, but as a homer bias pick, I'm going to roll with Oklahoma and lay the points. If they were to cover this game, you really got to start paying attention. They might be for real.
Obviously, Cincinnati lost last week, right? We were all over that one.
Yes, we
were
were
on the show. And what does that mean? It means Cincy was probably looking ahead to their Big 12 schedule already. As we talked about, Oklahoma and Texas are going to be every team's Super Bowls. And what is this game? When Oklahoma's usually played this game in the past, who have they played it against? It's always been Kansas State, it seems like. They lucked out. They can get Kansas State on the schedule this year. But that doesn't mean, Big Noon Kickoff there. That doesn't mean they can't stumble around this game at all. I'm not saying Cincy's going to win this game, but I'm pretty confident with the points. I'm taking Cincy plus 14.5. I think they could give Oklahoma a game here, at least up to the fourth quarter, and then maybe it gets away from them a little bit. But definitely with that hook there, I'll take 14.5 for Cincinnati, and we'll see what Washington has to say about it. Oh, Washington's going Oklahoma. Oh, he's taking the favorites.
Oh, no, he's laying the chalk
also
again.
On a good old Insano stat here, very true. Cincy averages a lot of rush yards, but their defense gave up almost 7.5 yards per play against Miami of Ohio. And I can guarantee you that Oklahoma's offense is at least 2, maybe 3 times better than Miami of Ohio's offense.
This is setting up perfectly for Oklahoma to shit the bed on their way to the fucking SEC.
Oh, I know. These are all getting clipped hard, baby. These are all getting clipped.
Let's fucking go, Cincinnati. This is your Super Bowl. You're entering the Big 12. You get one crack at Oklahoma. Let's get this done. I'll tell you where else we should get some things done. And Troy's been doing so with his Dylan Gabriel props over at Underdog Fantasy. A play to play alongside your favorite football team all season long. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single game by going simply 5 for 5. It's a fantasy family game. Brian Kelly's family plays this game, but you can win real money. $100,000 Sundays continue on Underdog Fantasy. Total of $2 million in prizes all season. That's a lot of cash. $100,000 in prizes, 10K to 10 people. New sweepstakes every week of the National Football League. This week's higher lower of Tyreek Hill is set at 91.5 yards over under. Even if you're wrong, you still have a chance to win the 10K. I'll kind of go under, man. I think Belichick kind of showed you got to triple Tyreek Hill. Don't let that guy beat you. When you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's the Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. And we talked about it earlier in the episode, Hall of Fame bets. We're talking about 33-1 parlays. Well, I think we broke Hall of Fame bets when we hit that because you win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame bets by sports betting, analytics, parlays, player props, game lines, research, every NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer. I don't even know how you parlay the soccer. First one to goal wins, I guess. Stats and data. Bet a tie. Yeah, bet the tie in the Chargers-Vikings game this weekend, too. Enter any parlay idea with Hall of Fame bets. Revolutionary parlay tool to get rates broken down each leg, as well as expected probability of entire play. Sort all the players by hit rate. See who's got the picks that have the most value. Stop betting in the dark and join 30,000 user researching with Hall of Fame bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame app or visit hofbets.com. Use promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning Hall of Fame bets. And we're back on the Big 12 College Experience. Talking this fucking great slate. God, I love this slate. And I'll take you to another one I like. Texas Tech, 1-2. Got in the win column finally. Going to Morgantown. Everybody says it's a letdown spot. Over under at 55. Rain in the forecast. Get the fuck out of here with this number again. This is they're back to giving us these 14th place lines. 6-point dog at home. Get the fuck out of here. I'm all over the Mountaineers. And I know it's a traditional pit letdown spot, but it's a personal game for Neal Brown. He's lost 4 in a row to them. This has been the biggest swing game of why he has not succeeded. All those offensive linemen that fucking kicked Pitt's ass last week have lost to Texas Tech year in and year out. They're tired of Texas Tech. West Virginia's going to win this game. Take this on the money line. I got no further analysis other than these guys Mountaineers are getting slept on again. We're not the 14th place team, not the 13th place. They're not going to lose to Pitt. I told everybody that for fucking 5-6 months, however long it was. Mountaineers get it done again. Get this Texas Tech Red Raider bullshit out of here. Troy.
So I know Neal Brown said something in I don't know if it was on the sideline or if it was in the actual post-game interview, but he said, we had been thinking about this Pitt game for 54 fucking weeks. Like, we knew we had the lead going into the fourth last year and we should have won that game, and we were in the exact same position this year, and we knew what we needed to do. And I think a lot of that falls on the idea that they were forced to run the ball. They were like, all Marichal did was all we talked about in the whole preview for not just last week, but for 2.5 months. Convert a couple of short third downs because you're running the goddamn ball right down their face on first and second down. I think the offense has kind of realized that that's their identity now, even through force. I know Green's a bit of a runner, but take the ball out of his hands and give the ball to fucking C.J. Donaldson. Let your best player on the team, obviously the offensive linemen are probably the best, but let your best skill position player take advantage of those linemen. I think the West Virginia defense is going to have to play as good as they did against Pitt.
Agreed.
But we know Tyler go shuck yourself. He was like 10 of 20 last week. He didn't look that great. They were able to win, and they looked okay as a full team. But this is I think West Virginia could be one of those teams that we thought was going to be in the middle of the Big 12. Mm-hmm. That maybe sneaks out 2 or 3 wins and they get to that 6 league win number and there's a big tiebreaker or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm taking the points. I'm rolling West Virginia on the money line here too.
There we go.
I mean, they're home. Who goes to the bumfuck nowhere Morgantown feels comfortable? Me. That's it.
No kidding. Troy said it best. You were right next to me, Ryan, in the stands against Pitt. I had my voice lost on Sunday because I just kept yelling after every play. Run the ball, Neal, run the ball. And it was simple as that. We watched a mucked up game of Army versus Navy last week. Hey, the weather's not looking too great. Let it rain, let it pour, and just let Shuck do his thing, man. And not in a good way. And West Virginia fans, like I said on the Ryan and Rush show before we came on live here, also go check out the Ryan and Rush show if you haven't yet, is let do what you want with that last name Shuck. Because we clearly did it against Eat Shit Pitt last week, and especially Sweet Caroline playing before the fourth quarter. So West Virginia, keep it rolling in that 4-game streak against Texas Tech. West Virginia, the points are the easiest part. I'm with you guys. West Virginia money line all the way, especially if it's going to rain. Just keep building and run the ball, Neal. Run the ball.
Dude,
I was going to say when that forecast comes through on the day of the game and it's still predicted to rain and whatnot, you got to hit this under 55.5 hard.
Yeah, way too many points.
If and when West Virginia wins this game, it's going to be 23-13, 23-10. 23-20, something like that. Like, they're going to possess the ball, and if you're thinking West Virginia is going to win and you're riding with them, you got to ride that under too, and it might even be worth to play both together.
The formula is easy too. Wyoming was able to pound the rock against Texas Tech. They ran it right down their throat. They ran for almost 200 yards. So West Virginia fucking runs the ball, then they run it again, and then they run it again. And if you can't fucking stop it, it's going to be a long game with them big boys leaning on you. I'm telling you, everybody just keeps saying this is a preseason number. Get the fuck out of here. Mountaineers get it done. No Garrett Green or not. Nico RPO is going to get it done. What we got up on the schedule? Go ahead, Troy.
I just want to say,
I was going to say we got to shout out GBO Farms. I tweeted at him and said we need you in the chat. We need our Tennessee fan that's secretly a Big 12 fan because of Josh Heupel, but maybe fucking hates him. We need you in here. You keep the chat going, buddy.
No doubt. Shout out to GBO Farms. Go ahead, Rush.
Washington, of course, picked Texas Tech, but that's not a bad thing, right? We need the graphic. We can't have it say, West Virginia. We need someone to flip it for us. So,
Rush, you always keep me in check. I was already ready to move on to the next game. Washington, fuck you. You're going to be wrong. Moving along. Oh, my God. We have ugly. A barn burner. We got the triple. We got the under. We got the fucking triple-headed fucking non-monster quarterback in Stillwater, making me look like a jackass with my preseason pick because Gundy won't. I mean, come on, Gundy. Where is he? Where is Gundy? Gundy's in here somewhere. I got him.
We're gonna have to ask for that shirt back if he keeps playing three fucking quarterbacks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give you your OAN shirt back and take back the college experience shirt if you don't start fucking picking a quarterback. Coming off a 4-score beatdown where they just got completely their ass kicked. Going to Ames, which is always a fucked up game. This game is always close. I pulled it up, and in our preseason episodes, every game in the last 5 years is a 1-score game. Two desperate teams, Iowa State coming off the back-to-back losses in the Cy-Hawk Bowl and at Ohio, and I don't know how they said that field goal didn't go in. That was ridiculous. But anyway, I mean, they shouldn't have been in that position. They're playing a G5 team. But this game represents the Big 12 right here. Take the under. That's the first one. Give me the Cowboys, man. With this low total, and the main guys, Sean and Ryan, do a thing in the NFL. It's called the Close Your Eyes Special, where a team loses the spread by more than 3 touchdowns, and you just blindly take them the next fucking week. Oklahoma State fits that. You were favored by 7 and you lose by 30. I'm going to take Gundy. Cowboys winning on a field goal with one of their kickers or with one of their quarterbacks kicking it. Maybe Gundy kicks it. Go ahead.
Yeah, let Gunner take a shot at the kick. Who gives a fuck? He couldn't throw it through the goalpost, so you might as well try to kick it, right?
I think Gundy might be the best option.
He might be the best option at quarterback, but
no. I mean that, yeah.
To kick it? Oh yeah, he's definitely the best option to kick it for sure. You just hope that the last names, there's a ghost in the air that picks the ball up and flings it through the goalpost or something like that.
Hopefully CNN doesn't block it.
They cut it off right before it goes through the goalpost. CNN just cuts to another story.
Gundy.
So Oklahoma State has 7 touchdowns in 3 football games. I can't bet a team that does that. I just can't. As an Oklahoma State fan, if you're going to roll 3 quarterbacks and you're not going to – there's no difference between any of the 3. They're all below average passers that have a below average scrambling ability and a below average brain to make the decision when they're forced to scramble or when they're forced to make a quick decision. And Iowa State's defense hasn't been that bad. Out of all the things on that team, the Iowa State defense has actually been okay. I know it's 3.5 in Iowa State's favor, but Oklahoma State always finds a way to do the poke, choke, and Ames. And after last week, giving out the make the smart play and take the Oklahoma State spread, but sprinkle the South Alabama money line, I think you'd almost do the same here. I think you do the opposite. You take the Iowa State spread and you sprinkle a tit on Oklahoma State. Just a little bit, maybe enough to cover for the bet you put on Iowa State.
The true Benedict there. Now, Troy, you do
So
realize.
yes, I am laying the points with Iowa State though. I'm not taking Oklahoma State here.
Now you gave out the Oklahoma State touchdowns. You realize Iowa State's only scored 2 touchdowns in the last 2 games. So like this is like the Spider-Man meme.
Iowa State has played. I would consider playing Iowa as an excuse to only score 1 touchdown. I think if Oklahoma State played Iowa right now, they would get shut out.
That is fair. Go ahead, Rush.
This is a game. Who wants it less?
Mindset game.
At least the points wise, no feeling on this. This is also you could do another close your eyes and pick version of this as well, and just close your eyes and throw a dart and just see which piece of paper it lands on. I'll take the points with Oklahoma State. Watch, Iowa State's going to win by 3. I got to think Gundy's just not. I'd like to at least think Gundy's going to will his way at least into a cover of this, but man, this could be ugly, especially if I don't know the weather in this game, but imagine some rain starts falling down here. First team to score, only team to score wins. So we'll see where that goes. Let's see, Mr. Washington with his first underdog with OK State. There you go. Number 1's going with OAN right there.
Finally,
man.
Hey,
That's
way
a
to go, Gundy.
pick there. Freedom, baby. William Wallace, freedom.
George Washington would love OAN. George Washington built this country based on OAN.
Washington wishes he could bring Gundy back to fight the revolution. Just lay it on a little
OAN
more.
Was the only news channel that had anyone live when they were secretly crossing the Delaware. They had someone out there with a camera, I think.
Hey, it makes sense.
No doubt. Hey, it's gonna be 20 plus mile an hour winds. So neither team could throw already. Now they're really not going to be able to throw.
GBO with the go-to. They need to start Donald at QB.
This is 6-3.
Run the old Trump RPO with Gunner and Donnie. So that's what Gundy's doing this week.
That's the best way to block for your quarterback. If anybody gets too close, the Secret Service just shoots him, and Donald just kind of trots his way all the way down the field. Man, 4 carries, 4 TDs. This is easy.
Well, Trump was already in Ames for a game. Maybe he'll be at this one to meet his good friend Coach Gundy in the toilet bowl between these two. All right, let's move along. Speaking of a toilet bowl, Houston is taking on Sam Houston. Houston's lost 2 in a row after looking good in the opener, but has stalled out here recently. They can't score. Sam Houston has literally not scored the entire year. They have 3 points, averaging a whopping 1.5 points per game. They're coming off a bye week. Russ, this is your weird game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Dana, in the history of following Dana, has been really good off back-to-back losses. He usually does a good job of avoiding 3 straight. I know this is a weird spot with the Big 12, like I said, with TCU, but they're the ones coming off the loss. They have at Texas Tech on deck, believe it or not. Another homecoming for Dana. Dana's got Texas Tech and West Virginia back-to-back, so it's 2 homecoming games. I'm going to lay it. I'm actually going to do a rare lay here, and what's in the over-under set at 38. I think Troy said it best. Give me Houston 23-10.
So I don't know if we're going to Rush or me because it is Rush's weird game of the week, so I'll let him
let it rip, Troy.
Keegan Shoemaker sucks whale cock. The Sam Houston quarterback is absolutely horrible.
He's horrible, man.
He's I'm very confident that any of us 3 could step in and be as good as Keegan Shoemaker, and that's not me giving us any credit. That's me just hating on Keegan Shoemaker. With that being said, Sam Houston has only allowed 27 points so far this whole year. I think with Houston winning their first game the way they did, I think this is an Iowa State or an Oklahoma State Iowa State style game. I don't see either one of these offenses just crushing it or anything like that. It's actually going to come down to Keegan Shoemaker throwing a stupid interception that allows Houston to cover when all they're trying to do is get back into a 6-point or 7-point game. I'm rolling with Houston. I think Skillet man Dana is going to be able to get this done against little brother, but Man, this is definitely a weird game. This is a scary, scary game. Donovan Smith might not be able to do it.
No, he might not be able to. And Sam Houston already exercised their bye for the season to get ready for this game after BYU and Air Force. And hey, held up well against those teams. Got a hell of a defense. They needed that bye to send their quarterback. We may have played a high school game just to sharpen up for next week. So we'll see what Shoemaker's capable of. But like I said, this is a weird game, especially for a team that spells Bearcats with a K in it. Both teams have Houston in it. I at least got to take the points with this. I'm not saying Sam Houston money line, but Rush's weird game of the week, I've already kind of explained it. Sam Houston, give me the plus 12.5. This has weirdness just all over it. And we are going Washington with Houston, taking the favorite again, Washington.
So you're on the Sam Houston Island. I get too many points. I'm going to go 17-3. I'm going to call the score. Sam Houston doubles their season point total of 3, and yeah, they lose 17-3. So
how do they have more like pick six, like defensive touchdowns and offensive touchdowns this season?
That's how they lose the number. Houston runs a pick six back.
That's what I'm saying.
Up 10-3. So, all right, not a lot of good feel. I got a good feel, and
we're all on the pick six to cover the spread. That's hilarious.
No, Rush is Sam Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dummy.
I'm on that.
They go down at the.
Call me dumb last week against Nevada, Kansas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Call me dumb.
I bet you I'll call you dumb next week too.
Not the first, won't be the last.
I can tell you that this game reeks. Texas was crowned the national championship. Struggled with Wyoming last week. Wyoming didn't have their starting quarterback, even though the media refuses to admit that. They just say, Texas pulls away from Wyoming. No, they didn't have Peasley. He did not play in the game. So Alabama, clearly a little bit of a fraud so far this year. Here's a simple handicap. When Baylor played their asses off against Utah, they should have won the game. Utah is better than Texas, in my opinion, especially in the trenches. I'm all over fucking Baylor here. This is the last time they're going to Waco. And I got to look up the money line because that's going to be part of my Moneyline Round Robin. I mean, this is an auto play. Plus 475. Baylor is alive and well. Texas also has Kansas on deck, who they're talking about that game. That's a 3:30 ABC game. Then they have the Red River Shootout. This is a look-ahead spot again. They think they're just going to walk into McLean Stadium, or they're going to be rocking them boats right up to McLean. RG3 statue right there. All fucking day. Give me Baylor, and I think they got a chance to win this thing outright. Plus 475 on the money line. This is personal for them, just like last week with West Virginia and Pitt. Obviously, West Virginia is better than Pitt, but Baylor, that place is actually going to have a crowd, unlike the Utah game, and Utah's better than Texas. All over Baylor. Go ahead, Troy.
Now, this is a personal game.
Yes.
And the hook scares me a little bit. Just specifically that it's set at 14.5. Quinn Ewers looked like shit last week. I put out a tweet right away that was, if Peasley's in this game, Wyoming's they might lose, but they're losing on like a last-second field goal or the last drive of the game somehow. But I think Wyoming wins that game with Peasley in it, honestly. And I'm kind of with you on this Baylor last chance to beat them thing. But the problem is Baylor's going to have to run the football if they want to win this game. And that's right into the strength of Texas. So I'm going to go ahead. I said I would take them at minus 15. So at minus 14.5, I can't be scared of the hook, even though I said I was. I'm going to ride with Texas on this one. I think
I'm okay with that. Someone had to do it.
I've gone after watching a few games, I think I'm on the Oklahoma Texas Big 12 championship. Fuck the Big 12 idea. Like I as much as I hate it, I think that's going to be something that plays out.
So as everyone knows, Baylor's my Big 12 champion. And hey,
you got to get off to a good start here.
Yeah, exactly.
Dark horse with broken leg.
Yeah,
but they didn't shoot him like at Churchill Downs. Like he still has races to run.
He is not at the glue factory yet. Baylor Plus 14.5. Oh, this is easy. I completely agree. This is two teams that hate each other. When two teams usually hate each other, take the points. Baylor all day long. Sick 'em Bears.
Let's go.
Oh, excuse me. I almost said Kenny. Washington. He's on Baylor too. You think he likes the Longhorns? Washington's like, yeah, I'll pick favorite. You think he's on? No, absolutely not. Baylor Bears for Mr. Washington, former president.
Let's go. Sick 'em, baby. All right. This is a game. This is an interesting game. The quarterbacks are not going to be there probably. I think Will Howard's out. UCF, the very, very, very shiny Golden Knights. Welcome to the Big 12, man. You guys been gearing up over under 52.5. Going to man happiness. K-State coming off the tough loss to Missouri. That line fucking reeked. I'm on K-State in the bounce back. I think they choked this game out, win by 7. I don't have a strong feel in this game just because I'm worried about the injuries against Missouri, but I trust the culture of Chris Klieman where everybody's counting them out once again. Get right spot, just like last year where they lose the final non-conference game to Tulane. Now it's in Missouri. They start rolling here. It starts on Saturday, and they beat the very shiny Knights, and it sets them a good spot for the Knights next week at the Bounce House.
I was really high on Kansas State, and the one thing was, the quarterback's got to stay healthy. And Will Howard is now not healthy. And the way that he played while limping around in that Missouri game, I think prevented them from having a chance to win. So if he is out, I would roll Kansas State with the points. But if they're going to try to play him, I think Gus Malzahn can score enough to really fuck Will Howard. His biggest threat is that he's going to be able to scramble at any point in time. And if he's limping around, you can just sit back and wait for him to throw the ball right to you. It's only 4, so I still think I'm going to go with Kansas State with the points. But this is one where both quarterbacks are hurt, so that I don't know if it fully evens out because John Reese Plumlee is probably significantly better than the backup compared to Kansas State's backup. But no Trayshawn Ward for K-State, no Danny Green at linebacker for K-State.
Hey, he's out.
This is a stinky spot. I think K-State wins this game. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go UCF. K-State wins this game by 1 point.
Fair.
Ooh, that game would stink. I think this is a bounce back spot for Kansas State as well. I do agree with you, Troy. It does say Will Howard stay today, and I think it may be better for them long term and short term, especially with the spread. Is if they keep Will Howard out. I think Plumlee wins this game. If he was playing, I would actually take UCF to outright win it, but he's not. And we have to go with the spread. I think it's a bounce back spot for Kansas State. I'm gonna lay the points with Kansas State, and they start getting back on track and start getting back into that Big 12 discussion, and hopefully it gives time for Will Howard to heal up. So, and there we go, Mr. Washington on Kansas State as well to bring it back. So, there we go.
Love it. So the final game of our slate is we preview this game on our big game of the week. Really looking forward to that one. Actually, the total has changed. Let me make a quick change right there. Over under set it. There you go. Look at that quick adjustment. I'm like freaking Belichick over here playing chess. Kansas Jayhawks 3-0. BYU Cougars 3-0. These two teams have looked the part. I really think they both have a chance to get to Dallas. And I don't like the back-to-back road spot for BYU, but I also think BYU is able to be physical with Kansas and slow this game down. I got Kansas winning a tight one. That's what we said in the preseason. I kind of think this game is going to be like that Iowa State-Kansas Big 12 opener last year where Iowa State probably should have won, but Kansas just found a way to get it done in front of that crowd. It is a look ahead a little bit for Kansas with Texas on deck. BYU's used to be in the Big 12. It's weird. You have contrasting spot styles. I'll take the points here, but I think Kansas wins the game. Just really looking forward to watching this game. And like I said, I think both teams have a chance to get to Dallas.
Now, Jay Hill rules, and the way that they're actually playing more than just drop 8 defense is kind of cool to watch for BYU. They've never been scared of scheduling teams that they are, predicted to lose to, or they don't quite have the notoriety of these teams that they go out of their way to play. but they beat Arkansas averaging 4.9 yards per play. If they do that against Kansas, they get ran out of the building. They are going to have to make explosive plays against Kansas, regardless of how the defense plays. And because of that, I'm going to roll with the 9.5. I'm going to lay the points on Kansas. And I've been a little bit high on Kansas. I laid the points last week, and they looked just like Rush said they would look against Nevada. But Jalon Daniels is just so efficient with the ball. And getting to play at home, it feels like that 9.5, because I've seen both numbers out there. It feels like it's a 10-point game or an 8-point game. Like there's going to be a missed extra point or something that screws a bunch of people out of money. But I'll still roll with the points. I'll lay the points with Kansas. I think BYU is good, but I think Kansas at home, we're going to start talking about this Kansas at home like it's basketball. This could be completely different. They've got the fans are actually there to support. They've got a pretty good crowd. I mean, and going to Kansas can't be fucking fun, but I guess if you go from Provo, you're kind of used to it.
So as the resident BYU fan, someone who was born in Provo, as we bring up on every show, and cheered for them till I went to West Virginia University, I've seen BYU choke a lot of games away. I've seen BYU come up in a lot of spots and it's like, all right, let's get consecutive big wins and keep it going. And it just doesn't happen. I have a lot of fear that this game's going to be like the Oregon game last year where they beat Baylor in double overtime, kind of did that with Arkansas, right? That game didn't go to overtime, but they were down 14 and then they were down 10 and really pulled away with it to end up winning that game. And then this next week, I think it's going to be like that as well. Kansas is going to win this game. Something tells me 34-24 at least. So 10 covered right there. And I think that's a best case scenario for BYU. Of course, I hope I'm wrong in this pick. Go BYU, go Cougars. But I'm picking Kansas. The battle of 3-0. So Kansas will pull this one out. I've seen it too many times. BYU will go back home, play Cincinnati and Provo, and kick their ass. But this will be a tough week for BYU. They'll have to wait for their first Big 12 win till next year. Let's see what the former president has to say about it. Ooh, he's a little in between here. He did the whole spin thing. So, he's going tails. That would be the home team, and that is minus 9.5 Kansas for President Washington, and we'll see how he turns out.
Love it. Love it. All righty. Lock, dog, and tease. Here we are, baby. For my lock, this is an easy one. I'm taking SMU plus 6.5. That'll be my lock. Troy, where do you want to go for your lock?
I think my lock is actually going to be SMU minus 6.5 against TCU.
Oh.
I think that this is
alt line.
TCU is favored by 6.5, so I was taking the 6.5 points with SMU. I like that. I think on the money line, I like that as a dog still, but I would go much heavier and take the points just because they're there for you. But man, SMU could win this game outright, and maybe it might even be like a 10 or 12 point game.
Not a bad outline. I kind of like it, Troy, if you were to go that way. Well, hey,
locking a dog, though. Locking a dog, though.
Locking a dog.
Gotta have balls.
A beer and a shot. Baylor plus 14.5. My Big 12 champion, Baylor Bears.
I like it. I like it. Let's go. My dog. Give me the natty, baby. Plus 450. Let's go. Get Oklahoma shit out of here. Cincinnati, Big Noon Kickoff, sleepy spot. Place going to be jumping for Big Noon Kickoff. I'll take the Bearcats plus 450. Troy, your dog.
Well, my dog could still be SMU, right?
Yeah. Do you got another one, though?
Yeah, I have another one, but I don't want to steal it from Rush. So I'll go UCF.
No, you're not stealing it from me.
The West Virginia is what I thought you were going to take as your dog, but I'll go UCF as my dog on the road in the Little Apple.
Okay, I like that. Bold pick.
Dog, this is as easy as it gets. SMU's winning this game. They're winning money line.
Okay, so that we get to the tees. what do we want to do for the tease?
Tease is actually pretty easy this week.
Yeah, I'll tease BYU up to 15.5. They're not going to lose by more than 2 scores. Oklahoma State up to 9.5. Nobody could score in that game. And let's go. What do I want for my other one? Houston down to 6.5. Win by a touchdown. That's my tease.
I'm going to go ahead and tease Oklahoma down against Cincy. What would that be? 9.5? Not 10?
8.5.
8.5? Yeah, I'll definitely tease that down. I'm going to tease Kansas down to 2.5. So a field goal gets that done. And then I'm also going to be on that Oklahoma State. Go ahead and tease it all the way. What is that? To 10? So, yeah, it seems like the teaser is pretty easy this week. I would also think about maybe even teasing Texas down and making it a 4-way. Because I think Texas beats Baylor, but I don't think it's going to be by 15 points.
Yeah. How about you, Rush? Where are you going for your tease?
Tease Kansas State +2, Baylor +21, and Sam Houston +18.5.
I like it. Round robin. So we agreed. I think the 2 ones we agreed on the most were SMU and West Virginia, right? The 2 consensus agreements. Troy, you don't sound like you want to be talked into Cincinnati or Baylor.
I think if we're going to go 3 full dogs, UCF is the pick.
What about OK State?
Not a bad idea because Iowa State can't score, and there's going to be a chance for them to get in there. So
I like OK State.
You like OK? I mean, like
it's too bad
Kansas State is still a better team than Iowa State, and the spread is only 1.5 points different. So yeah, I would be more comfortable rolling with Oklahoma State, I think.
It's too bad. Sorry, it's too bad. I don't feel good about BYU. If you did SMU, BYU, WU, you'd have the Bishop family special, the Bishop 3-generation special right there. But I like it. SMU, WU, and OK State.
Like I know Troy picked Iowa State, but the confidence in any of our analysis in that game, you might as well throw that in your Moneyline Round Robin. So who the fuck's gonna know what's going to happen in that game? If you get over to DraftKings right now, proud sponsor of the Big 12 College Experience, 21-1. So it's not. I mean, it's not exactly 33-1, but hey, 21-1. But hey, you guys, Troy and Rush, you guys don't have to get in on this one. Cincinnati and Baylor moneyline parlay 30-1. Fuck you, SEC. Play of the week for me. I'm playing that one. That's a special play.
Go ahead, Rush.
What would be the Bishop family special? The SMU, WU, BYU? Out of curiosity. Maybe I'll just Benedict myself out of all of this.
Hold on one second.
Just tickle my fancy for a second. Like I said, I do think Kansas is going to win, but.
So what do I need to take out? I need to take out.
OK State for BYU.
Yeah, this damn app sucks.
Also, while you're looking at it, I'm a part of your Cincinnati Baylor parlay, but I will be doing it with the points, not just straight up money line. I think there's a chance that those 2 dogs keep it close.
I agree. Rush, my thing is not loading, so hold on, I got it back. So we're plugging in for the Bishop family parlay. So get in since you're going to be over there near Vegas where you can bet. SMU money line, West Virginia money line, and what was the other one?
BYU, baby.
BYU. Where's the Mountaineers? 35-1. I kind of like that one.
Oh.
All right, so we got some extra ones.
More than 33.
So to recap, so to recap our pizza bets, as they like to say, or cold beer bets, we got 22-1 of our Moneyline Round Robin with SMU, West Virginia, and Oklahoma State. Coach Gundy, don't fucking let us down. You are due for a freaking time. get us in, and we'll send you a new shirt. It's got a little more official. So when that hits 22-1 Gundy, Rush has the 33-1 Bishop parlay of West Virginia, SMU, and BYU.
We'll go with the original, but I might do that for my own.
I know,
sake.
yeah. I mean, we got a little bit of when you hit it 33-1, you can sprinkle a little bit more. And of course, if you want the fuck you SEC, it means less parlay. Cincinnati and fucking Baylor, 30-1. I love it. I can't wait for that. Before we get out of here, Rush, tell everybody where to find you.
At Rambling Rush, Twitter, Instagram, at Ryan and Rush Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for the more West Virginia side of things. Find us on Twitter and Instagram as well. Appreciate all the support, everyone. Let's hit another one. Let's have back to back.
Let's go.
And you can find me on the Twitter, but I do want to shout out Hasty here. We are definitely covering Big 12 basketball. I mean,
what kind of question's that, baby?
How are we going to make money if we don't cover Big 12 basketball? Come on, Hasty. We're waiting for basketball. This is going to be an insane college basketball conference. It's only going to get better every week. But you can always find me on the X, just at Troy Chewning. If you're watching online, you can see where it's at. If you're just listening, it's at TroyChewning. And definitely one of the more interactive Twitter follows. If you wait until 1 or 2 in the morning every now and then, you can see me bitch out some random dude online, drunk as fuck, just yelling at him, which is always entertaining. But yeah, 2 parlays in a row we should have parlayed the parlays. We should have done same week parlay.
Yes, we should have. Yeah, go give Troy a follow. Go give Rush a follow. Go give at TCE SGPN a follow, because I know the chat's been lighting up. College basketball previews start next week. I know everybody's ready to go, man. Every single night here starting November 5th, but the previews start next week. That shows a riot. Hopefully we don't get kicked. We probably won't get kicked off by YouTube by the fucking Russians again. But hey, you know what? We'll be back better than ever, like we always do. Go check out the college football experience with Colby, NC Nick, Patty C. Find me at Moneyline_Mac. I'm going to be shitting on Pitt till December 6th when we beat their ass once again. Eat shit, Pitt, forever and ever. Good luck, everybody, with your bets, and let's hit a 30-1 SEC. It means less parlay, and let it ride.